Do we have any update on Wayne's health?
He called and he sounded good. The first time he sounded groggy.
Yeah, right. Parking ticket.
Yeah, but this time he sounded better.
Probably in his ordinance.
That's all we know, but he wasn't coming in today.
I guess.
Pay attention. Usually I've seen a car pulling out. Read the signs, man. So you're wearing to
Careful,
go?
yeah. Every day.
Oh yeah.
Are you?
Go home. Go.
I'm not.
Anybody into
Yes.
Mexican style food? A
Not
new
really.
restaurant that opened up on Clearwater Street.
Been a
Oh
couple
my
tequilas?
God!
Yeah.
It's fantastic
Yeah.
with mariachi singers and their
wow.
costumes serenading.
What's the name of it?
I read about
And
it.
the prices are real fair. And
It's the one that I didn't, but they still have
This
it.
one's broken.
Okay, if you like
Scientology bought that property, so until they knock it down and build.
We also
There you have it.
that restaurant is
You're the first one that's
Yeah.
twice
Podium.
gave it a
Hacienda
review.
or something it's called. I forgot what it's called.
I can't remember, but I know which one because I read about it.
It's where it used to be a well-known Greek restaurant. Which we love. We used to go there all the time. But this is. I get paid for that commercial.
Today's meeting of the Municipal Code Enforcement Board is called to order on, what is the date? July 24th. Welcome, everyone. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Please be seated. Ouch. Agendas for today's meeting are on the wall at the entrance of the chambers. Please remember to turn off your cell phones. The Municipal Code Enforcement Board consists of 7 members who are appointed by the City Council and we serve voluntarily. It is this board's intention to promote, protect, and improve the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of Clearwater by providing the equitable, effective, and inexpensive method of enforcing certain codes within the city. The board considers new business items in 2 parts. First, a violation, then affirmative relief. Formal rules of evidence do not apply. Each side is limited to 15 minutes and the board may grant additional time if needed. All proceedings will be conducted in a calm, civil manner, and individuals who conduct themselves otherwise will be asked to leave. If necessary, they will be escorted from the chambers. Now I ask all who plan to speak to please rise and be sworn in by the clerk.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, so you have entire testimony?
Our first order of business is to review and approve the minutes from last month's meeting. May I have a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Is there anyone here who wishes to speak to items not on the agenda? Would you step forward, please? Please state your name and address for the record.
My name is Lisa Clarkson. I live at 830 Narcissus Avenue, North Clearwater Beach.
Okay. And what is the subject that you wish to speak?
It's regarding illegal rentals in North Clearwater Beach that are already under investigation, but it's been almost 2 years, and this repeat offender continues to really tax us in the neighborhood. That everybody who comes there comes to party. I am a teacher in Pinellas County Public Schools, and it's very stressful when I have to call the police in the middle of the night and then go deal with 7- and 8-year-olds during the day. My concern is that he's already been fined up to over $40,000, and it does not seem to be having any, make any effect on his behavior as far as what he's doing. It's a minimum of 31 days, and he has 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. And the people that come there truly are there to party. He has also converted his garage into another unit, and sometimes there are separate people that come. So I am I'm going to go to Citizens to be heard, because it seems like the standard fine that he's getting fined has no effect. And so I want to see about maybe a super fine, or I don't know what's next, but it's really a very, very sad thing for our whole neighborhood. And it just has been so long. It's very stressful.
I can imagine it would be. Have you spoken to him?
I've spoken to whoever he says he's the owner. He's not the owner. The owner is Mohammed Free, or I've forgotten his name, and people that are hosting his house on Airbnb and VRBO are not him. And I have talked to one man, Ken, and I don't know anything about him. He almost came over my fence when I asked them to be quiet, and I called the police on him, and I think he got ticketed for that particular day. But I don't want to have anything. I used to hand deliver the code enforcement, the noise ordinance, but I am scared to do that. And Officer Burnside, who is the new officer in charge of Clearwater Beach, has advised me not to do that for my own safety. And so I've always had a neighbor with me, but I have talked with him directly from the sidewalk, and he accused me of ruining his life and the lives of 3 children, 3 families of children. And I'm really worried about safety with that, in regard to that man.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Madam Chairman, I asked Mr. Salzman a question.
Yes, sir.
So this person's been fined in the past, according to the codes, violation of the code, short-term rental and all that. But the noise and all that seems to be like a nuisance. Could this be addressed as a nuisance, which I think has other courses of action available to it?
It could be, yes.
Thank you.
Okay. New business items. 4.1, continued from June 26, 2019, case 8919. Fine respondent Shaw, Clearwater Holdings LLC at 1104 North Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue in repeat violation of codes for permits, and issue an order that a daily fine be imposed for each day the repeat violations continue to exist.
Madam Chair, the city would ask to actually continue this case. We were able to, again, to a date uncertain this time. We was able to speak with the gentleman before the meeting. He showed some things that I need to look at that came from the city, and I would like to do that before we move forward with the case.
Okay? Do you want to continue till next month?
I would prefer not to do it, and then we'll bring it back up if we need to. I just don't want to have to ask for a third continuance and waste your time.
Okay.
Continue indefinitely.
Case,
But let's do a motion to continue, subject to the city bringing it back.
okay. Do I hear a
Okay.
motion?
I so move.
Second?
Seconds.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Case 4.2, or item case 112-19, fire respondents Eddie A. Whitfield at 1481 Hamlet Avenue in violation of standard housing code, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met.
Not present.
Good afternoon, Board. My name is Nilda Espinosa. I'm a housing inspector for the city of Clearwater. And the case number is 112-19, 1481 Hamlet. It's a housing case.
Pardon?
Can I interrupt you quickly? Let me do a first for this, and then we continue.
There's no one here to speak to this case, and we have,
There's not.
yep.
You want to make sure nobody's here.
Is there someone here?
No.
No.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, would you like to see the photographs?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Okay, it's one housing issue is, one housing case, 12 issues.
Wow. Wow.
And just bear with me for a moment.
12 violations?
No, one violation under which there are 12 issues.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you my presentation, okay?
Okay.
Oops. And these are all the codes that are violated under that housing code. And from the pictures, you will see. And notice the violation was sent down in March of this year. Compliance date was 4/18. They have 30 days to contact me and start repairing the issues. Certified mail was returned on April 12th. Notice of hearing was sent out at the same time in March 20th. Again, it was returned unsigned, so I had to post the property because it was continued from last month. I had to post it again for this month, and that was June 14th. And this is where the property is at. Ooh. Yeah, lost it, sorry.
There it is.
It's just east of Fort Harrison, west of Missouri, south of Lakeview, and north of Bel Air. It's a single-family home. We'll start with interior, ceiling. This has a crack in it, can't have that. Holes, another crack. That's also the ceiling. This is the wall, holes in it. Again, these are various holes in various walls in the house. There is no lock on the window. You have to have a lock so it can be secured. Nothing. Leaking from the pipes underneath the sink. No cover plate on the electrical switch or outlet. They had to put a lamp in the bathroom because there's no light, there's no electric in there. It's not working, the switch, the light. Bathtub is not draining. This is the front door. They have to have something so the bugs don't come in. That's underneath. This is the side. This is an interior door, not hanging right. It's off the hinges and it's not fitting into the door frame. This is the only source of heat that they have. The thermostat is not working. The first thing I do when I get a complaint about heat is go in, turn it on, do the other inspections, and then come back to see if it's putting out hot air. Roof is leaking. He had a tarp on it. He has windows covered. This is a posting from in May, April, I mean. It goes to tarp. This is back in June. He had the tarp off. The place is for sale. As of yesterday, he did have a tenant living in that house. I've never been called to go in and do another inspection to see if all the issues were taken care of. That's the posting for today's hearing.
Okay. Can I have a second motion?
Well, she needs to say what.
It has to be this recommendation.
So the recommendation is $120 per day per violation, which is just the one. And after 3 months of recordation date, if such of the lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law.
Excuse me, Nilda, you said 120, but your slide says 200.
No, I did 120, I meant 200, sorry.
And what needs to be done to be compliant?
And to come into compliance, apply and obtain required permits, probably for the roof, repair all the other housing issues, call the inspector so they can go in and do the final inspection.
I have a question. So you're saying there's 12 violations, so it's 12 times 200?
No.
One violation.
One
12.
Treating
violation.
it as one? Thank
Yes, sir.
12 sub-issues.
12 issues under the housing code.
you. Okay.
And you've heard from no one at all?
He has not, the owner has not called me.
Who let you into the property to take the photos?
The former tenants who were evicted or had to move,
Yeah.
and they are not there. Somebody new, so a new tenant.
There is a new tenant living there?
Yes.
I looked it up yesterday in utilities, they have a new tenant in there. So I cannot tell you if the issues were taken care of because I have not been called.
Okay. Do I have a second
I would
motion?
suggest a stronger fine, but that's me. Getting away with too much for too long
And collecting rent.
and collecting rent.
You can make a motion.
Gives us all a bad name. I don't know how to word that one.
Yeah, just make a motion. What do you
Yeah.
propose?
Right. I propose that we find the people in violation, but that we raise the amount of the fine to $200 per issue. That needs to be, or that may be, if that's too high, you know, I'm just saying it because it really gives all of us and everybody in the business a bad name.
True, but if the way the violation was brought as one violation.
As one.
Yeah.
Or make it
So you could go up to $250,
It's 150.
250 total, if you'd like, for each day. That's the maximum you can
I
do.
move we raise it to $250 per day.
You wanna-
I'll second that.
Well, you need to
Somebody has to make.
Somebody has to make the motion.
Oral motion. Go ahead.
Okay, I moved in an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before August 30th, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that day, the board may order a fine of $250 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
I second that motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's ridiculous. Can't believe it.
Can't believe you got some under-
Item number 4.5, case 134-19. Fine respondent Silas Kipper at 1316 Young Avenue in violation of Standard Housing Code and issue an order with a compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Mr. Cantrell?
See if anybody's present.
They have a different name.
Are they here?
Do not know.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit of this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay, just a few photos and a quick briefing of what this is before I go to recommendation. This property is just south of Lakeview and just east of Missouri Avenue on Young Avenue. This is a photo of the home. The violation is for living with no electricity. He's actually running a generator constantly. This photo here, if you look pretty much in the center of the photo, I took it at an angle. You can see the power meter has been removed by Duke Energy. And I did confirm with them on numerous occasions, including this morning, that there is no electricity, active service at the property. And that's it. So I'll move to compliance can be met for living with no electricity by having active electrical service returned. The city is requesting compliance on or before August 24th, 2019, or a fine of $150 per day that the violation continues to exist. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law.
So did they respond to the written mail notice?
He did not respond to it. He was actually written a notice to appear to Pinellas County Court in February of this year and adjudicated guilty on March 7th of this year.
So he thought it was done with then?
He thought it was done with, and I've spoken to him, and he is not,
There's no question?
no question. He said there is no electricity, and he will not be turning it on.
Interesting.
Madam Chair, may I make a motion?
Certainly.
I moved and enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before August 24th, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 4.6, continued from June 26, 2019, case 9819. Find respondents Jacqueline Estate at 1000 Grantwood Avenue in violation of code for fences, exterior services, door and window openings, and window maintenance, and issue an order with a compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Are they here?
I don't know. I've never met them.
No.
Nobody's showing up today.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Carries.
Good afternoon, my name's Greg Dixon, Code Inspector for the City of Clearwater. My recommendation for case 98-19 at 1000 Grantwood Avenue. There are 4 violations at this property for fence maintenance, exterior surfaces, door and window openings, and window maintenance. I'm requesting compliance on or before August 31st, or a fine of $150 per day per violation if compliance is not met. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, City's Attorney's Office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Compliance can be met for the fence maintenance by having the fence maintained in a vertical position and not allowed to lean more than 10 degrees from vertical, and repairing and replacing all broken and missing boards. Compliance can be met for exterior surfaces by replacing any defective structural or decorative elements of any building wall. Ensure all exterior surfaces are free of mildew, rust, loose material, and fade and peeling paint. Compliance can be met for the door and window openings by reinstalling or replacing the garage door. And compliance can be met for window maintenance by replacing any broken windows in the house. This is a photo of the house in March. You can see the garage door is falling off. There's a broken window to the left of the door, and could use a paint. Here's the fence. It's leading out to the sidewalk. Here's the property in June. Didn't change. And yesterday, they've quit mowing the grass now too. That's it.
Mr. Dixon, is anyone living there?
I don't know. This we had an inspector that moved on, and so we took over some of her cases. And I drove by there once and saw some people there, but I haven't since.
How long ago was that?
Like April maybe.
Yeah, it looks like it's
This case was supposed to be heard last month. Somebody called Nicole and asked to have it continued, and that's all I heard.
Okay.
Is there power and water running in the house?
I didn't check for that.
Okay.
I'll make a motion. Okay. Madam Chairman, I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before August 31st, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day for each violation that continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion carries. Okay. Okay.
He's up again, Mr. Dixon.
Yes. 4.7, case 113-19, fine respondents Precision Hotel Management Company at 1800, 1806, 1812, 1812 and a half, 1816, and 1818 Northward Harrison Avenue, and 417 and 419 Venetian Drive in violation of code for exterior services, delinquent business tax receipt, residential rental business tax receipt, and issue an order with a compliance deadline if compliance is not met.
I think somebody's here.
Would you please identify yourself?
Wayne Mitchell,
Okay, and your address?
39 Sunset Bay Drive, Delaware, Florida.
Did you get that? Okay.
Right now, I'm living at, right now though, I've taken over the motel and I'm living there at 1800 North Fort Harrison. So I terminated the managers and, we're going around and doing just a general, renovation of the rooms and definitely want to get everything into compliance as soon as possible, so we're working on that immediately. That takes priority.
Have you been in contact with our inspector?
Yes, yes, he toured he came down and he toured the property with my wife and I. He was very, he was specific on what we needed to get taken care of so we could start working on it.
Excuse me, Madam Chairman, I think we need to ask the respondent if he omits or denies, so we can go into a motion.
Beg your pardon?
Do you admit or deny the allegations?
I admit the allegations.
Okay,
Have a seat and I'll make a motion.
okay. Would you have a seat just a moment, and we'll call you back up?
Madam Chairman, I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Greg Dixon, Code Inspector, City of Clearwater. This is for case 113-19 for the Flamingo Motel. And it occupies 1800 through 1818 North Fort Harrison, 417 and 419 Venetian Drive. There's 3 violations at the property for a delinquent business tax receipt, a residential rental tax receipt, and exterior surfaces. I'm requesting compliance on or before August 31st, 2019, or a fine of $250 per day per violation if compliance is not met. Up to 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies under the law. Compliance can be met for the delinquent tax receipts by submitting payment for the 2018-19 business tax receipt for BTR 902-4971 and BTR 904-2291. I'm told those have been paid. I'll have to check when I get back to the office, but there would be 3 business tax receipts that need to be required for this property, and there's one that hasn't been applied for. And that's for the residential rental business tax receipt. So to come in compliance for that, they could submit the application and payment for the rentals located at 1812 and 1812 and a half Fort Harrison. Compliance can be met for exterior surface by repairing any damaged structural or decorative elements of the exterior, removing any mold and mildew and failing paint from the exterior walls, and any areas with peeling or failing paint needs to be repainted. This is a picture of the hotel from across the street. It goes from 1800 to 1818 and then around Venetian Drive there. This was one of the business tax receipts from this morning. It's labeled as red. It hadn't been paid for yet, but I'm told it has been, I guess, since I checked. This is the other one that's there. There used to be a business tax receipt for 1812 and 1812 and a half, but it went out of business in '99. I guess another one wasn't applied for since ownership changed. The front sides of the building aren't in too bad a shape. It's more the back and the sides. But this is 1800. And this is the back 1800. I would like this shed cleaned up a little bit. There's another picture in June. Still the same. They have cleaned up a lot of that outdoor storage that was there that came through last week when I was with them and did a cleanup. This is 1806. The front looks good. It's the back side, this shed that's next to the other one that we were looking at. 1812, front's good. There's some mold and mildew on the side. In the back, this is 1812 and a half, and the siding needs cleaned, and the part to the right is falling apart. This is 1816 and 18. The front's okay, except for some damage up underneath the overhang. This is the 2 properties on Venetian. They've got mold and mildew and some damage to exterior surfaces on the back of the building. Here's in June, basically the same. Went by last week. The exterior surfaces are basically in the same condition as they were since January. And that's it.
A lot of work.
Sir, could you come back up? You know what needs to be done to get the property in compliance?
Yes, ma'am.
And can you get it done by, what was it, August 31st?
31st.
31st?
I want to try my best to do that. If I can, I will request more time, but the sooner I get it done, the better. So, and then on an ongoing basis, because it's not going to go away and stay away, I want to set up a preventative maintenance program or get paint that is mildew resistant, because otherwise that's going to be an ongoing problem. So I'll need a little time to look into that and see what the best course of action is. But I want to get it taken care of, because I can go there tonight and hose it off with bleach, and 3 months from now, or a month from now even, it could be mildew again. So I just get paint or something that will stop it from reoccurring.
Third, the board realizes that there is a lot of work to be done on both these properties. How much more time do you think you would need?
Well, yes, to at least the 31st, and then, you know, I can work closely with him and give him an update or on where we're at, or if he has time to stop by.
Well, you already have to August 31st. Would September 31st help you? That's 60 days.
Yeah, that should, yes.
Well, 90 days, really.
That should definitely help me.
I kind of question, given more time, if we're not applying for BTRs and delinquent on them, we can't just fix a property. There's a
Right.
paperwork. So are we moving forward with that? Or you
Yes,
you
no.
mentioned that you said you paid them. Do you have receipt of that record?
My wife was here earlier, and she took them with her, but yeah, she told me she paid them when she got here today. Now, before I leave here, I'll check to make sure that they've been paid.
We could have two motions, one dealing with the BTR and the other dealing with the property improvement or corrections.
Yeah, I was primarily talking about the property.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the BTRs will get taken care of right away, one way or another. But there's no reason for that, and I apologize. There's no reason for that to happen. I'm sorry for that.
Okay.
He seems to think he can get it done by the
September,
31st.
Michael? September?
Would it make a motion and we'll move with it? Yeah.
Madam Chairman, I make a motion that we extend the compliance date from August 31st to September, 30th?
Thank you.
Well, we have to vote on it first. I'm just making the motion. I hadn't heard a second yet.
I have a question on your motion. The BTR, he can have that done quicker.
Well, he's already got that.
No, he doesn't. There's still one outstanding according to the inspector. Two, he said he's paid two, there's still a third one.
Oh.
So I would think we give him the time for the property corrections and speed up the BTR one by the 15th.
Well, my thinking is along that avenue. I'm talking about just property, not
I know,
BTR.
but that wasn't in the,
Okay, I'll put that in here.
his thing was all
Yeah,
together.
thank you for bringing that to attention. I'm going to reiterate that motion that this is just for the properties only
Yes, sir.
to be,
You need to make the motion.
I'm making a motion.
He's making the motion.
I'm making the motion. I don't have to make it off the paper.
Yes, sir, I understand that.
I'm reiterating the motion that we give you just for the property only, not the BTR, until September the 30th to come in compliance. And during that time, you can also be working on your BTR, but I'm not motioning that, just the properties only.
Yes, sir, I understand.
Now, I have to put that before the board. They might not approve it.
I'll get the BTR taken care of right away if it hasn't been.
Well, I also reiterate on the BTR, the third one that's outstanding, is that right, Mr. Dixon?
Yeah, there's a residential rental. It's a greater than 30-day rental, so they can just apply for a residential business tax receipt for the two, 1812 and 1812.
And how much time did we give him on that to apply for that BTR?
I gave till August 31st.
Okay, I'm going to keep that at August 31st to BTR. That's plenty of
You can
time.
help me with that. I don't know if I can do that.
So I'm making a motion for the August 31st for the BTR to be acquired and for September the 30th of 2019 for the property. Mr. Salzberg, is that correct?
That's fine as long, and what's the fine going to be?
And the fine, for both will be, as Mr. Dixon is recommending, $250 per day for each violation that continues. That's my motion, but we still have to vote on
I'll second that.
Actually, if you could use the form to make the motion.
it. I know, but first we'll see if the board's going to agree before I go to this.
Well, I made a second.
Okay,
Okay, but you've already made both motions.
I know, I've already done it.
We
I-
we can adopt the language in our normal language with your motion. That's fine.
It's been a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Do this. All right.
You get the $1 million, you already start away in September.
Everything I said was off the paper.
No, it's fine.
But you're good, I think you're just with the language of the if fines and
The
fees remain
reparation.
unpaid, that's the.
But I said that 3 times, off the paper.
We're good. We got it.
Yeah, you're good.
Okay, all right,
Thank you
thank you.
very much. I will get this taken care of. Thank you.
Good luck, sir. You're welcome.
Item 4.8, case 114-19. Fine respondents James Huster, Lynn Heppy, Linda Crotty, Brianna Crotty, Anton Biosek, and Lori Biosek at 509 Cedar Street and 912 North Garden Avenue in violation for exterior services, door and window openings, an abandoned building, and issue an order of compliance and fine if compliance is not met. Is there anyone here to speak to this case?
Good job on the name.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Mr. Dixon.
Good afternoon, Greg Dixon, Code Inspector, City of Clearwater. This is my recommendation for case 114-19. There's 2 addresses on one parcel. That's why that's for 912 North Garden Avenue and 509 Cedar Street. The 912 North Garden is the abandoned building. There is somebody living in 509 Cedar. So there's 4 violations at this property for abandoned buildings, exterior surfaces, door and window openings, and window maintenance. Request compliance on or before August 31st, 2019, or a fine of $150 per day per violation if compliance is not met. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Compliance can be met for the abandoned building by having all code violations addressed, have current utilities turned on, and have the home occupied, or by selling the property or have the property demolished. Compliance can be met for exterior surfaces by replacing any defective structural or decorative elements of any building wall, and ensure all exterior surfaces are free of mildew, rust, loose material, faded or peeling paint. Compliance can be met for door and window openings by removing any and all boards from the windows and garage door. Compliance can be met for window maintenance by replacing any broken windows on the property. This is 912 Garden. This is back in February. I cited the property owner as listed in property appraiser, but then the attorney found out that the ownership was split into 3, so we had to recite him. That's why it seems like it's been a long time. But homeless were getting in through that garage door. It wasn't very secure. There's windows boarded up. Some of those front windows are broken. This is the side of 912. Here's 912 in May. They sort of did some work, but all they did was really reinforce the boarding and boarded up the windows on the front there. Paint is still failing. This is the 902 or 509 Cedar Street. There's somebody living there, but all the windows are boarded up. Mold and mildew on the side. And after I posted the property, the guy living here started pulling the boards off the windows, but since it's all one parcel, the violation still exists throughout the property. And here it is this week.
I Are they adjacent, those properties, just one on one street, one on?
One parcel, and one faces garden, one faces cedar.
Mr. Dixon, on that last house that you showed there with all the mold and mildew, can you tell when you went up to that house if that's asbestos, that small house there, that the mold and mildew is on?
I'm sure it is. Most of these houses over here were
Yeah.
built in the 30s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
And most of them that come down, they have to get the
The old
asbestos.
Florida shotgun house with the asbestos, yeah, okay.
Mr. Dixon, have you had any communications with the owners?
I did. When I first sighted them, I talked to one of the three owners, and they said they'd go out there and address the issues, but they're addressing the issues was just putting new boards on the doors. and
Band-Aid.
windows.
Okay. Your motion?
You've been dealing with these people how long?
I initially wrote the property up in February.
February. And you think $150 a day is gonna motivate them?
Per day.
Per day?
Usually for
$600.
residential properties, we start at $150.
$600 a day.
Well, I understand, they're renting it, for one, right? So they're making money, that's right, so it takes it from a homeowner living there to somebody who's running a business.
Okay.
Just wonder,
Okay, your
if that's
motion?
what you want, it's fine.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violation on or before August 31st, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation equaling $600 daily for each day the violation continues to exist. If the fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Case 4.10, case 115-19. Find the respondents Thrash Margaret A. Revocable Trust at 18911 U.S. Highway 19 in violation of code for signage without permits and issue an order with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Mr. Knight, is anyone here?
For US Highway 19?
Did we do 4-9?
It's
It's
continued to September.
Same thing I saw.
I don't believe anyone's here, but the property is now in compliance. The city is seeking a declaration of violation.
Okay, good. Can I hear a motion?
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine shall be imposed if the respondent repeats the violation. The board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Okay. 4.11, case 116-19, Calxonis Investments LLC at 2095 Drew Street in violation of code for signage without permits and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Is there anyone here to speak to that case? Okay. Would you please?
I also would like to state that the property is now in compliance and the city is asking for a declaration of violation.
Okay, all right. Would you please say your name and address for the record?
Yes, my name is Dimitra Galsuni.
I'm sorry, would you say that?
Dimitra.
Would you spell that?
Dimitra.
That's your last name?
That is first name.
Okay, and last name?
Altsunis.
Would you spell?
Altsunis.
Thank you.
So we're having a declaration on this?
Yes, sir.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you for getting it into compliance.
Thank you. You're free to go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good day.
You too.
4.12, case 117-19, find respondents, C&K of Safety Harbor LLC at 2862 Gulf to Bay Boulevard in violation of code for signage without permits and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if not met. Is there anyone here to speak to that?
I don't believe so. You'll
Okay.
find that my cases are very simple today. The compliance has been met, and the city is seeking a declaration of violation.
Well, you're very
We like
handy to
your
have
cases,
today.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500. For each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay. All right, you're still up.
Ma'am.
4.15, case 12019, find respondents, Beach Walk LLC at 333 South Gulfview Boulevard in violation for code for temporary signs and issue an order with a compliance deadline and fines if compliance is not met. Are they?
I don't believe so, and they have also come into compliance, and we are seeking.
You must scare them.
It must be, yeah.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you, board.
Okay, the next one's continued. Item 4.17, case 121-19, find respondents Justin Carrico at 1519 South Prospect Avenue in violation of code for residential grass parking and commercial vehicle parking and issue an order with a compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Would you state your name and address for the record?
Justin Carrico, 1519 South Prospect Avenue, Clearwater, Florida.
And do you admit or deny?
I admit it.
Okay. If you'll just have a seat, we'll call you back up.
Madam Chairman, I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. Yes.
Vicky Fletcher with the City of Clearwater. This is also a declaration. It is now in compliance.
Jeez. Very, very nice.
I move to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for
Thank you,
being
sir.
in compliance.
Yeah, ready to go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Item 4.18, case 122-19, find respondents Laura Bailey at 1155 Howard Street in violation of code for exterior surfaces and issue an order with a compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Is Laura Bailey here?
Yes,
Yes,
I'm here.
I'm sorry, I looked up, there you were. Do you admit or deny?
Admit.
Okay, if you'll have a seat and,
And to say a few words quickly?
Just a moment, we have to make a motion first.
Oh, okay, sure.
Madam Chairman, again, I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Let's hear from you first.
Vicky Fletcher with the City of Clearwater Code Inspector. This is for case number 122-19 at 1155 Howard Street. There's one violation at this property for exterior surfaces, which is code section 3-1502B. Notice of violation was sent on August 2nd of 2018 with a compliance date of September 2nd of 2018. I did do the affidavit of posting on May 29th of this year. This is a picture of the property. These were taken last year in August. Again, last year in August. Last year in August. This is the backyard in August of last year. The side yard. This was on August 13th of last year, just to show that there was other violations there at the time. And then this was in September of last year. And then this was for the posting done in May. These pictures were taken in July. This was for today's hearing. The property still has not been brought in compliance for the exterior surfaces. This is a picture of the front of the house. I was not able to get a picture of the back of the house because she's not been there to allow me into the backyard to see what it looks like.
Why the length of time? I mean, we're at a year here.
When this call came in, it actually came in from the police department. There was several stolen cars found in the backyard of this home. At the time, it was a homesteaded home, but it was being rented to what she originally told me was her family members. I'm not sure who the people were, but that's how it all came about, and there was an investigation. So there was a long period of time that I couldn't do anything with it because of the ongoing investigation at the property. It was reported for homestead fraud, but she's back in the house now, and I'm not sure of anything else after that.
Okay. Ms. Bailey?
Okay, so I've owned the home since 2007. It has always been my primary residence, although back a couple years ago, some friends did live there, and because of circumstances, I actually did, move out and had another residence. I asked them to move out at some point. They were hostile. They left the home like that. So since last year, I've been, working with this Vicky, also trying to get, see if I could be eligible for some loans, being that, I took back ownership of the home, living in the home. Everything that she violated me on, like you saw, a lot of just debris and the window broken, all that's been done. The last thing that was left to do is some work to the outside of the home because it is wood frame, and that's what I've been working on. I had to get my homestead back, and I was going to apply for loans through the city because I'm a single parent. But it's just been like an upward battle, so I'm going to go with an estimate I received from a friend to do the work to the home for $3,000, and I just went back to work full-time. I'm a nurse the beginning of this month, so I was going to ask for 60 days to be able to do what's left.
Okay, if you'll have a seat. What do you think, folks?
We'll need her recommendation first.
Yep.
My recommendation for case 12119 for the exterior surfaces, we're requesting compliance on or before August 8th of 2019 or a fine of $150 per day for each day the violation continues to exist. We are asking the board to authorize the following after 3 months from the recordation date of such lien. If the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city's attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies under the law. Compliance can be met for the exterior surface by pressure washing, removing all peeling paint and declining paint, and repainting the structure. And these are just pictures that were taken on August of last year, just to let you see the before and after.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look like that.
What date, how long did we give her?
August 8th.
It's a week.
Yeah.
No, it's about 2 weeks.
How much time did you say you needed?
60 days, because what's left is just the damage to the frame, the wood. There's some dry rot. And then some paint needs to be repainted where there's some chip paint.
Okay.
But I do have my homestead exemption back, just so you know. I'll make a motion, and then you all can decide whether you want to support it or not.
Okay.
How much was it per day?
150.
150, okay. I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before September 29th. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each date each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
I'll second that.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Laura, just make sure you understand from Ms. Fletcher what exactly needs to be done so that you're not paying somebody over $3,000 for things and then she comes out and tells you you're still missing some things.
Definitely.
That
Okay, I'll follow up
bill
with
may
her.
get even longer.
Okay.
Make good use of the extra time the board gave you.
Oh, I will.
Good.
Definitely. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Okay. Item 419, case 12319, Fine respondent is KTE LLC at 2620 State Road, fine 90 in violation of code for business tax receipt, and issue an order of compliance deadline with the compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Brown.
Good afternoon, Board. Shelby Brown, Code Inspector, City of Clearwater. This is for case 123-19. No one is here today. The property is not in compliance, but the city would like to present its case, if you'll indulge us, please.
Okay.
Very good. Sort of public service announcement.
Okay.
Actually. All right, so this is for 2620 State Road 590 in Clearwater. There's 2 violations of this property. One is code section 1-104B, which is a development code violation. You think of zoning. The way the code reads is that no building, structure, water, or land shall be used or occupied unless it's in conformity with all of the provisions of the zoning district in which it is located, all applicable regulations, and all development approvals. So however the property is being utilized, it has to be approved first. Also, code sections 2930 subsection 1 and subsection 5, these are for business tax receipts. A business tax receipt is required if you have a business. And if you have a property with multiple businesses that are open, all of those businesses have to have a business tax receipt. So it's 2 things, how the property is used, and if there are businesses, they have to have a business tax receipt. So this is a commercially zoned property. It has 3 units. At one point, all 3 of the units were operating businesses without any reviews, approvals from the city, and none of them had any business tax receipts, nor had any been applied for or issued. So nothing was kosher there. 2 of the units were operating as electronic gambling casinos, and this is not a permitted use in any zoning district in the city of Clearwater. We want to be really clear about that. 1 unit was operating as a massage establishment, and that is a permitted use, subsequent to all applicable reviews, background checks, and approvals. The massage business is currently in compliance, all right? They received their approval, they've got their business tax receipt, but there's still 2 other businesses that were operating there. All right, so this property is located on State Road 590 east of US 19. It sits behind Lucan's. This is a picture of the sign, one of the main monument signs there. I don't know if any of you have driven by this or seen it. Don't admit it if you have right now. All right, so you can see here that it shows there's a business there, right? This looks like there's something operating. This is because if you have a business, you've got to have a business tax receipt. It's got to be approved. So this says Brewers Arcade. There's skilled games. There's also shows how much money you can win every day. All right, this picture is on the east side of the building. The red arrow shows you Unit C. That is open for business. That's a massage parlor. That was on April 12th. No business tax receipt. And then the other unit is Unit D. See what the sign says? Children's Theater of Tampa Bay. There's no business tax receipt for that, but you'll just wait. We'll see what's there. So the notice of violation was sent on December 14th, 2018 for the massage business, and then on March 11th for the casino businesses. We took them separately. One can get approval potentially, one could not. The compliance dates were January 15th, 2019 and April 12th, 2019, and we received signed certified mail receipts on both of those notices of violation, so the owner did get those notices. All right, so this was on April 8th, showing that the businesses are still there. Our compliance time frame has passed, and this is for one of the casinos that was there. When we walked in, there's a business there, okay? You can see that there's several terminals set up. This is an electronic gambling establishment. You can see we've got some Coke machines, we've got some TVs around. This is what we'll see in these kinds of unlawful activities. We've got an ATM handy dandy there and a sign showing you what you can win, what kind of prizes are available at this casino. These are some signs showing that there is a business there. It's under new management, shows you who our hosts are. They have Frontier, important to know, so you know that the internet's good there and the hours of operation. Okay, back to the east side of the building, the massage establishment and Children's Theater of Tampa Bay on April 12th. When we walked in there, we see that it's decorated for Easter. We've got some signs there for new referrals, what kind of games are being played. There's an ATM sign, who the host is. And the Children's Theater of Tampa Bay appears to be a casino, my friends. See anybody you know?
Children's Casino.
Right? So that's a business that's not supposed to be there, it's not licensed, et cetera, et cetera. All right, so I'll allow you to deliberate.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So is the building owner responsible for the BTR or the individual businesses?
The building owner is responsible to ensure that anything occurring at his property is in compliance with the City of Clearwater Development Ordinance, okay? Yeah, so, and they receive the notices, but we did also copy the first casino operator of the notice of violation. The second casino, we kind of found out about as we were moving on, and they were two separate casinos, not affiliated with each other.
Have you spoken to the owner?
Yes, we did hear from him and his representative finally mid-June, and they were very responsive and finally to moving along with some
Were they
things.
surprised?
They had a good tenant paying rent,
There you go.
Yep.
okay? But they know now that they want to run things the right way in the future. They've got a really nice building, they take great care of it. They just need to get things sorted out, and they are working that direction. So I'll let you deliberate and make your first motion if you'd like.
What are your recommendations?
You want to go to that?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so for case 123-19, there's two violations. Again, a development code violation, how the property is used, and business tax receipts required. We're requesting compliance on or before July 31st, 2019, or a fine of $250 per day per violation, which is a potential of $500 per day for each day the violation continues to exist. And we are asking the board to authorize the following after 3 months from the recordation date of such lien. If the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. So compliance can be met for the development code violation, the use. Any and all unapproved businesses at the property shall cease operations. Any signage associated with those businesses shall be removed. The owner or the owner's representative shall make the premises available for inspection by the Code Compliance Department, and no further allowance by the owner or owner's representative of any business or occupants that have not been approved for operation through the city's Planning and Development Department. So that's one. Compliance can be met for the business tax receipt required by ensuring that any future businesses or operator at the property applies for and then receives a valid City of Clearwater business tax receipt through the city's Planning and Development Department. I have one last picture to show you, to show that they are trying to work towards something. On July 23rd, which was yesterday, they had in fact removed the signage for one of the casinos that had been there for a good while. So that massage slide there, that's fine. That business is allowed. So they're moving in a direction, but everything still stands. They need to be done with business by July 31st and let me in there to ensure that that's happened.
I'll make a motion. I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What about the
Now we
second?
need the
We'll do the second.
Yeah.
Second motion?
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before July 31st, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $250 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, thank you.
That's interesting.
Okay. 4.20, case 124-19. Fine respondents James Mack at 1743 Harbor Drive in violation of code for clean roof, lot clearing, inoperable vehicle, exterior storage, and boat trailer, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Mr. Mack, please step forward and say your name and address for the record.
Name's James Mack, address 1743 Harbor Drive.
Do you admit or deny the allegations?
Admit it.
If you'll have a seat, we'll call you back up.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Yes.
Afternoon, Board. I'm Inspector Eric Jewett, City of Clearwater Code Compliance for case 124-19 at this property, 1743 Harbor. We have 5 violations, one for outdoor storage, one for ABVs in the backyard, one for ABV in the driveway. The difference between the two, in the one in the driveway, I was able to get a tag and identify who the owner of the vehicle was. The ones in the back, I was not. Trash and debris around the property and outdoor storage. Asking compliance on or before August 24th or a fine of $200 per day per violation. And I do have a few pictures on this. This is the home, the 2 vehicles in the front. The silver vehicle is the one that's actually out of compliance. It had an expired tag and flat tires, so it was cited individually. I did receive permission from a neighboring property to take photos in the backyard. In the front, we still have trash and debris around the front. In the back, we see a jet ski, has vines and stuff growing over it, flat tire, and no tag on the back. So that is considered an inoperable vehicle. Various items out back. On the other side of the shed from the neighboring property, this is what I could see. Boat, boxes, various boxes and trash and debris. On the deck area, it is completely full, and I actually have some current pictures from today. Another vehicle in the back that is even not authorized to be in the backyard. The motorcycle, I had previously spoken to him about the motorcycle. A couple months prior, they said they had sold it, but apparently the person didn't come pick it up, so they moved it into the back. I thought it was gone and closed the case, and only discovered it after I got permission from the neighboring property. In between the side of his house and the side of the neighboring house, he is a plumber by trade, and the excess or the extras that they have he stores there on the side of the house, and is actually coming underneath the fence into the neighboring property. And just general trash and debris in the backyard. That's a pile of, I believe they're Bud Light cans. And then for the roof, vines and leaf and debris on the roof there. I did post the property, and then came back on the 11th and did an affidavit of posting. The certified letter did come back undelivered. You can see the vehicles in the back or in the front are still in the same state. Flat tire. Nothing has really changed in the back. You can see the amount of items that are back there. The same pile of cans are still in the same spot. Same items there. And it looks like it's possibly been sprayed, but nothing's been removed from the roof. So the vines are dead, but they just need to get them off the roof there and any other debris that's up there. On the second, I went back. The tire is still flat on the PT Cruiser. The jet ski is still back there. Again, just a lot of items in the backyard that don't need to be back there. And again, same pile of cans are still in the same spot there.
So you mentioned that you had dealt with the motorcycle previously.
Mm-hmm. The motorcycle,
how did this come about?
For the motorcycle, it was called in as an ABV.
Call in.
It was actually parked out front behind the PT Cruiser. When I checked the tag hasn't been registered since 1985. Okay.
So this was a called-in complaint?
Yes.
Thank you.
Inspector, is anybody living there at all?
Mr. Mack does, and several other
Lives
people.
there, okay.
And then
Is his own?
I don't know if we can turn on the...
And is a short-term rental?
I did speak with Mr. Mack today. We did go back into the back of the property
Again, a lot of the plumbing supplies you see there, he says he admits he does scrap, and asked if that was allowed to be done there. I told him no. You know, that you can't do that at all at the property. So this is on the side that I hadn't even seen before, on the east side of the property, or excuse me, the west side of the property.
Oh my.
We still have the random items out there, junk and debris, and by the shed, it's covered up, but again, you can see, I believe there's 3 or 4 boats out there. And then, as well on the back, this is actually the motorcycle right here, laying down on the side. We did go over everything, we did explain. I did explain what needs to be done, what needs to be removed, that certain items can't stay in the backyard, the grills, the lawnmowers. He asked about the ladders. I had no problem with them. If he could set them up by the shed there, that's, to me, that would be an okay use there, but that's the rest of the plumbing supplies, scrapping stuff has got to go. So he understands. That's all I have.
What was your compliance deadline?
The compliance date was August 24th.
Okay.
So again, compliance date August 24th with a fine of $200 per day per violation, $200 because most of those items are related to his business, his plumbing business, and apparently now his scrapping business that he also does as well.
But you have 2018 on here.
Do I? Okay. 2019, so. We're asking the board to authorize also the following: after 3 months of the recordation date of such lien, fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Compliance can be met for the ABV in the driveway by ensuring the vehicle has a tag with a current registration displayed, all 4 tires are inflated, and the vehicle is operational. Otherwise, it needs to be removed from the property. For the ABVs in the backyard, ensuring only RVs, boats, and trailers are in the backyard and all have a tag with current registration displayed, all tires inflated, and they are operational. Otherwise, they need to be removed. The motorcycle must be removed to the front and meet all the requirements or removed off the property as well. Trash and debris, all trash and debris, piles of beer cans, boxes, and other miscellaneous trash need to be removed from the property, front, back, and sides, properly disposed of and maintained on a regular basis. For the outdoor storage, removing all items not intended for outdoor use from the property, front and back, and this includes the piles of plumbing supply parts in the side yard, the items stored on the deck by the shed, and all across the backyard and maintained on a regular basis. And then the dirty roof, removing all branches, vines, and tree litter on the roof and maintaining on a regular basis.
Okay.
August 24th.
Okay. Mr. Mack? You know what needs to be done.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you going to get it done by August 24th? Okay. All right. Can I
Can
have
have
a
it
motion?
done by August 24th.
Hmm?
That is, you said you hope you can have it all, or you can have this done by August 24th.
Yes, ma'am.
That'd be fantastic.
Done.
If not, what is the recommended fine?
$200 per day,
$20 per day?
and there's 5.
Times 5, so that's $1,000 a day.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion. Move to enter an order requiring respondent to correct the violations on or before August 24th, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $200 per item for a total of $1,000 per day, per violation, for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
All in favor? All
Opposed?
It's all fine.
Motion carries. Okay, Mr. Mack, keep in touch with your inspector, okay?
Good luck,
Okay.
sir.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Get her done. Get her done.
Okay. Item 4.21 continued from June 26, case 10219. Find the respondents, Joshua LaCree and Lisa Garcia at 1793 North Fort Harrison Avenue in violation of code for short-term rental and issue an order with a compliance deadline and
Bless you.
fine if compliance is not met. Your name for the record?
Joshua LeGray, 1793 North Fort Harrison Ave.
And do you admit or deny?
Admit.
Okay. All right.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Good afternoon, Board. Julie Phillips, Inspection Specialist for the City of Clearwater. My recommendation for 1793 North Fort Harrison Avenue, Case 102. There is one violation. It's for an illegal short-term rental. I'm requesting compliance on or before August 1st, 2019, or a fine of $250 per day for each day the violation continues to exist. We are asking the board to authorize the following after 3 months of the recordation date of such lien. If the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Oh, excuse me. Compliance can be met for the illegal short-term rental by renting the property for at least 31 days or 1 calendar month, by removing all daily and weekly rental rates, reviews, and discounts. In addition to that, all websites and calendars should reflect the 31-day or 1 calendar month requirement. There, sorry about that. This is to show the first time I saw this location in violation. It was located on the Airbnb website, and this was December 3rd of 2018, and they do advertise as a stunning modern single-family home. You can see that I was able to book the property for only 3 nights. I went back to the property on yesterday, July 23rd, and they were listed on VRBO. And again, I was able to book the property for 4 nights, so this showing it is still in violation as of yesterday. And they still have it listed for a 1-night minimum stay. That's all I have.
Okay.
Sir, would you like to come back?
What do you have to say about that?
I did not know this until just recently, and I feel kind of stupid because I did some research after I got the certified letter while I was traveling. My neighbor called me and said that it was posted on my house. There's not much I can say. I'm gonna have to. We do it in our home in Lake Tahoe when we travel. We rent it out to families. Like I said, we don't. It's not a party house. We live there, so we don't let people come.
So it's not for rent anymore?
The house in Clearwater, I have to figure out how to fix the automatic booking, and yes, I can change the days, but I was told that I was only allowed to rent it once a month.
Right.
And I guess that's not true. If I rent it for 5 days, that's all I rent it for the month.
It's a short-term rental then.
Okay.
You have to
So I
rent-
have to rent by the month to somebody.
Yes, 1 calendar month or 31 days.
So
One time a month.
if somebody stays there for 10 days, that's in violation.
Right.
Yes, sir. And other people have gotten people to sign up, but then they only, for a month, but they only stay there for 10 days, so that doesn't fly either. Whoever goes there has to be there for 30 days or 1 calendar month, 31 days.
Okay. Why is it? What is that?
Because that's the code.
For short-term rentals.
Okay, because what you are in a residential area and you're making it a commercial area.
Yeah, I'm right across the street from the Flamingo. Why is the Flamingo not residential? Is it just drawn down the middle of the road?
Way back when. But that's our code.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. So just change it to 31 days on the website? Because that'll keep me in.
Also rent it that way.
I understand that. I'm
Just putting it on the website.
So there's no point in me owning that house then if I can't stay there when I'm not traveling.
Well, you can.
You can
own
stay
it
there,
and
you
stay
can
there all
rent
you
it
want.
out while you're there.
Sure.
What you won't be able to do is rent it, when you're not staying there.
Live there.
Start a GoFundMe then, so I can afford to have a second home, I guess. I don't know. Sorry. All right. Well,
Yeah, you're okay.
is this?
You haven't discussed this with Ms. Phillips?
I've tried, but she said she's not gonna help me rob a bank. So I said, oh crap.
If I may, he was asking me, can he just run it 5 days and
wasn't
call it a
allowed.
code? And I told him it's no different than showing him how to rob a bank and giving him the code. I cannot help him violate the code, is what was said.
Just help me be compliant. And now I'm understanding. So it has to be somebody, if it's rented, somebody has to stay there 31 days. What if they travel?
But I'm sure Ms. Phillips already told you that. You come in here and act like it's the first I've heard of it.
It is. A month ago was the first I've heard of this.
Well, she told you that a month
Okay.
ago.
No big, you don't have to.
No, it is a big deal, that's why you're here.
Yes.
Okay.
You do not understand?
I understand. I just, like I said,
I think you understand, you
I'm
just
gonna-
don't agree with it.
I think it's kind of stupid and every situation
Yeah,
is
that's
different.
the
Like I
feeling
said,
I'm
it's not a party house. My neighbors don't complain as far as I know. I'm actually pretty good friends with my neighbors, like I said. I've had guests come and stay and scared to go outside at night because of the hotel across the street that's able to be rented by the night or by the hour or by the, I just think.
Well, maybe this will
And they
help.
are in compliance with the code, because they're licensed to do
I
that.
saw that earlier, yeah, it's
And
a nice,
Yeah, it's just the way it is.
And we don't make the code, the city does that, we just uphold it,
I understand. Just because it's a law doesn't mean it's right. I get it. But,
So
okay.
take it off the rental
May I ask you a
market.
question? Were
Sure.
you here at the beginning of when we started the whole proceedings here?
Today?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I've been here since
Did
1.
you remember the lady that came up and talked about what was going on?
Oh, yeah, she was
You see?
so scared.
Right, and I'll tell you what, as you rent it, you're hoping when people come in there that they're gonna treat your property with
It's my
respect.
house where I stay.
But yes,
I
but.
don't rent to college kids. I don't say
You
come
don't
have a
know.
party at my house.
I can tell you, people can surprise you.
I've
So,
been
that's why.
surprised many times. I sure have.
okay.
Okay, you know what you have to do.
Thank you.
We already took care of it.
No need motion.
Ms. Phillips, I have a question. I see that we're proposing a $250 fine a day when he's renting it for $359 per night, right? Is that the deterrent enough, I guess?
I believe the way it's read, it can only be $250 the first time. If I bring them back as a repeat violation, it's $500.
250 is the maximum that you can fine anyone per day under a first violation.
I got a feeling we're gonna hear from him again.
Okay,
Makes sense. You want to give a August 1st, 2019. I moved in an order requiring the respondent correct the violations on or before August 1st, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $250 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, thank you. Okay. Item 4.22, case 125-19. Five respondents, Bruce and Melody Howes, at 607 South Prospect Avenue in violation of code for short-term rental, and issue an order with compliance deadline and fine if compliance is not met. Are they here?
They are not, and this will be a declaration.
Okay.
I moved,
Thank you, Julie.
go ahead.
Yeah.
I moved to find the respondent was in violation of the code as referred to in the case, in the affidavit in this case. The violation was corrected prior to today's hearing, and to enter an order that no fine be imposed. If the respondent repeats the violation, the board may order a fine of up to $500 for each day the violation continues to exist.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay, last one here. Item 4.23, case 126-19, fine respondents Robert Barker at 1511 South Hillcrest Avenue in violation of code for hauling trailer and RV parking, and issue an order with a compliance deadline and fine if not met. Yes, sir. Would you come forward and state your name and address?
Robert Barker, 1511 South Hillcrest Avenue.
Do you admit or deny?
Admit.
Okay, if you'll have a seat. Morning, Inspector.
Good afternoon.
On the first motion?
Yes, first motion.
I move to find the respondent in violation of the code as referred to in the affidavit in this case.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Inspector Yusuf Ture, case number 126-9 at 1511 South Hillcrest Avenue. Excuse me. At this location, there exist two violations. The code section violated code section 3-1407A3D and 3-1407A5. Camper inside or rear setback not screened with a 6-foot solid fence, wall, or hedge, and not parked on an approved surface. The second code section violated was 3-1407A3C and 3-1407A5. Hauling trailer not screened with a 6-foot solid fence, wall, or hedge, and not parked on an approved surface. The notice of violation was sent out on 3/19/2019. Compliance date was for 4/9/2019, and the certified mail receipt was received at 4/2/2019. This is a picture of the residence where the violations exist. This picture was taken March 4, 2019, showing, as you can see right there, is a red hauling trailer and a camper. And they're not screened in. Here's another picture taken April 30th, 2019, still showing that the violations exist. This picture was also taken April 30th, 2019. And here's also another picture taken on May 23rd, 2019, showing that the gate, which is not up to compliance, up to code, is flung open. The trailer is gone at this moment, but you do have the camper still in violation. And this picture was taken yesterday, July 23rd, 2019, still showing the camper there. And another picture taken yesterday, this one is showing the same red hauling trailer that was on the side of the camper. Now it's moved to the front of the house. So all violations still exist.
So is the boat still in violation itself too?
The boat is not in violation.
Okay.
It was before, but not anymore.
Not anymore, okay.
How was this brought to your attention?
I did a sweep in the neighborhood.
Okay.
What is your recommendation?
Recommendation for case 12619, where we have two violations for residential grass parking and residential parking for the camper and hauling trailer. Compliance on or before August 24, 2019, or a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day the violation continues to exist. We are asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedies available under the law. Compliance can be met for residential grass parking by parking one legal vehicle parallel and adjacent to the driveway only. And compliance can be met for the camper and trailer by parking the camper and trailer behind a permitted 6-foot solid fence, wall, or hedge, provided they are on an approved surface and meet the setback requirements. A permit will be required for the fencing. These are just the same pictures that I took showing that the violations still exist.
Excuse me, sir, that green, it looks like a green mesh fence or something in front of
Yes.
the camper? Was that put there to hide it, or?
Yes, that's as you can see, it's not a solid fence. It needs to be a solid fence.
It has to be a solid.
Solid fence so you can't see it from
I
the
thought
street.
maybe they made an effort to.
Yes,
keep people from-
he tried. He tried.
Just the wrong thing. Okay.
Okay, Mr. Barker, do you understand what has to be done?
I do. I have a little concern because part of the problem I have is all this is actually on the side of my house. The first picture was the front of my house. My driveway's on the side. So when I put the fence up, I put the fence up with the mesh on it with the intentions of if we do get any type of storm damage, if I put a wood fence across there, because I was able to get a 16-foot chain link, so I put the mesh over it to cover it. But I guess what he's saying is I have to put a fence down the side also. I thought I could just cover the front. But from what I understand, it has to go down the side.
The covering you've used, sir, doesn't qualify because you can see through it.
Okay.
See, so that's the problem.
So would
We
I be
appreciate
able
you trying to do something, but.
No, I did, yeah, I did it mainly for a wind purpose.
Okay.
So, because it won't blow my huge fence back into my stuff. But, will the slats, will that meet code?
What you're gonna need to do is get a permit from the city to build a fence, and they're gonna tell you what type of fence you can install.
And the
I
surface,
think I'm correct on that.
you have to do the surface as well. They'll tell you what kind of
The
surface.
surface for where they're parked?
Right.
Okay. My other concern was, he was telling me at the beginning that I could go straight from my fence over to my neighbor's house, and that would be fine.
We couldn't tell you about that.
Okay.
Again, that when you apply for the permit and all that, they will advise you what you can do and can't
Yeah,
do.
they'll have the answers.
We don't give that advice, we don't know.
Okay, so I just want, all I'm really here for is to make sure that whatever I do is gonna fix the problem. Because I've done quite a few things, and every time I do something, it's not right, so.
It can also be a hedge, you know, as
Right.
it says in the,
Mhm.
it can be.
Gate on
not-
one spot.
Yeah,
Put the gate across the front.
Okay.
there are options, yeah.
Okay.
But keep in touch with your inspector,
Okay,
and when you go get your permits, you'll find out.
The thing is, they're giving you to August 24th to resolve this issue. If you're going to have to get a permit, I don't think you're gonna get a permit in 24.
but I can plant a hedge down the side and then put something solid across my gate.
Well,
I
that
don't know
hedge, is-
that. You need to ask the.
that's got to be a
city planning
6-foot tall
department.
hedge. That's going to take time to grow,
Well, yeah, obviously.
you know?
So what I'm
So
saying
it's not
is,
going to work.
you need
I'd have to
to
buy 6-foot
get
plant.
enough time for you to go to the city and get a permit and whatever else you have to do. And they're giving you roughly 30 days to do this. I don't think you're gonna get a permit in 30 days.
Probably not.
So I would advise you maybe to ask for more time.
Okay.
We would amend the recommendations to 2 months.
Right, I mean, you know.
Yeah, we can give you more time.
Yeah, that'd be great. If you could give me some more time, and
Right.
I'll have to decide what I'm gonna do as far as, maybe move the trailer.
Resolution.
Well,
completely.
yeah, that gives you time to talk to the office and they can make recommendations.
Okay.
Yeah,
There
if
are
you put the trailer in storage, your problem's done with on that respect.
I'm probably gonna sell it, to be honest with you. I just bought it last year, but I can't afford to pay $1,200 a month, so I'll probably just get rid of it, to be honest with you.
You going to keep the boat?
The boat? Well, yeah, I gotta keep the boat. Fish too much.
Don't give up the
Gamble a lot,
toys,
too.
right?
You do all kinds of things like this, do all kinds of stuff.
I understand, yeah. You'll use the boat a lot more than they are.
Yeah, about even, but yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Both fine.
Okay.
But I appreciate it.
Yeah, they'll give you options.
do.
We can't,
Okay,
we'll
but
make a
do we have to
motion to
make a
give you
motion
more
for the
time.
amendment?
Are you gonna be good on this? Do you want more time than the 24th?
Yes.
I would like some more time to decide whether I'm gonna get rid of the trailer or if I
60
can
days.
somehow block it in.
If we came up with 60 days, would that help you?
Sure,
Okay.
that'd be great, I appreciate it.
Can I have a motion?
I move to enter an order requiring the respondent to correct the violations on or before September 24th, 2019. If the respondent does not comply by that date, the board may order a fine of $150 per day per violation for each day each violation continues to exist. If fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Good luck,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Barker.
Okay,
Gotta keep that vote.
unfinished business. Accept the affidavits of compliance as listed.
I move to accept the affidavits of compliance as listed.
Is there a second?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No? Motion carries. Okay, what about affidavits of non-compliance?
And Madam Chair, before anyone shows, the city's going to withdraw the affidavit of or continue rather, the affidavit of non-compliance for agenda item 5.8. I'm actually working with the property owner on a stipulation.
5 point, what was it?
5.8.
Okay,
And that's to be continued?
it's
Council?
withdrawn, right?
Oh, we'll continue.
Okay.
Continued, right?
We'll continue it to.
Right. You continue it, and the city, in this case, can decide when to put it back on, so you don't have to make a motion to continue it.
Okay.
The city will take action.
Is there anyone here to speak to the affidavits of non-compliance? No? Motion?
Yes?
Yeah, we have,
Madam Chairman.
Madam Chair, we have
Yes.
one person. We have
There's
two.
a couple.
We have two people. Which, you need to call his case.
Yes, sir. What case number are you?
What is your name, sir? Okay, that's 5.2, case number 161-18, Madam
Yeah,
Chair.
got it. Okay, you just step forward and say your name for the record and your address.
My name is Emmanuel Macrolas. My address is 1536 Palmetto Street.
Okay. And what do you have to say?
I need more time on my house. I am in a program that's called Rebuild Florida Better Again. Not realizing that I was in non-compliance, I had paid off the mortgage on my house in March of 28. The release of the title didn't occur till June 17 of this year. But the program is allowing an inspector from the state to come in and look at the house and apply a grant for the house. So I need the state inspector to look at the house, physically examine it, and then we'll proceed on doing what's a little bit more than that. Excuse me, I've been reading on a little bit too long. There's an email that was corresponded to me yesterday on the 23rd from the state. They're the state inspectors coming in from Rebuild for Florida Better Again. Chuck Parrish is the person that actually presented this to me. If you would like to look at it.
Staff?
On April 11th, I was accepted into the program. That's phase 2. I was in the position because I was confused on what was going on at the beginning of June, not realizing that was in non-compliance and a violation. I exhausted my funds. I spent about $106,000 to pay off the mortgage back in April. If I knew that I had a non-compliance agreement or that I was in violation, I wouldn't have settled the mortgage on the house. And that's what had occurred. By exhausting my funds, I went to go get a loan, but was a non-compliance on the house right now, and I can't get a hard lending loan, or was it another loan? If the non-compliance is lifted, I can get a loan on the house. I'm asking the board to give me 6 months. If they can give me 6 months, then you can apply the infractions, the non-compliance, the $250 a day, fines that would work. I just need a lot of time on this.
Sir, why do you need 6 months? I don't understand.
It's the house is so depleted that I need to tear the roof off, do the interior walls, the electrical work, and then do another revision on the architect plans that I've already spent money on back in November.
But you're counting on the money that you're going to get from this state program to do
No,
that?
not if it gets
I'm sorry.
the money from the state program allows me up to $150,000 to fix the house.
Okay.
The assessment occurs on Saturday with the inspector. I moved the inspector to get up there immediately. once he does his dictations and he tells me how much the extent the damages are, then I might have to go and maybe tear the house down and then add another 100,000 on top of the 150 to rebuild the house.
Are we ready to hear this? Is this something that the city wants to push back and deal with?
I need it to be pushed back.
The issue, as I understand it here, is no fines are even asked for in this order. This was just an unsafe order. Just tell the property owner to make compliance or come out, or allow the city to come onto the property to do the work for the individual. I suppose my issue with, I'm not sure exactly what he's asking for, but I assume he's asking for is for me to satisfy the unsafe order.
Not yet.
But if we do that, if we release the unsafe order, the violation will still exist, and then the city will have to bring the case back again. Now, I understand that may screw up the financing, but I'd have to see a title report or something from the title agency before I make a determination on that. But to be clear, we're not asking for fines or any money on the property. It's just that.
It's the stigma of the
Well,
non-compliant.
I was in a position in June, I was about to sell the house and just give up on it because it's been in my house name for 47 years with my family. This is a termination of sale because of the buyer. They want to buy the house because of the non-compliance on the house.
May I clarify a little bit?
Yes, sir.
My name is Dana Root. I'm the Assistant Building Official for the City of Clearwater. This single-family home was declared unsafe back in January of 2018. We have notified the owner of the issue. He already knew about the issue. It came before the board, found in violation. The owner has been in contact with us, and he has been working with an architect, and he got plans drawn up. He submitted for permit, and the permit is approved. It's ready to be picked up. And this gentleman is going to act as a contractor, as an owner-builder. So the permit is ready to go. The non-compliance that he is speaking of, I believe he's referring to a intent to lien that we put on the property. We do not have a lien on the property, but for any unsafe case, we file a notice of intent to lien. So it notifies the property owner plus any future buyers that the property may be liened. And the affidavit of non-compliance, we are not asking for any fines.
But it's actually
So what has happened is that we've established a catch-22 program. He can't fix it, he can't get a loan on it because of the intent of lien, no lien, but intent of lien, so we've tarnished his title and the property value, and he can't go any further. I mean, yourself.
Well, I would need to see something from the title agency. I have to talk. And
That's why I think this whole discussion needs to take place in your office and you figure something out, and I think you can. City's always trying to work with people. I think it's, get this thing cleaned up.
But this is the first time I've heard of it. So, you have to direct something to me, I'm happy to help out. I don't want to release an unsafe order that is on a property that's still unsafe. I don't think that's right either.
And I agree, but we're talking January of 2018, and this is the end of July, so we've got 19 months going on it. In 30 days, you should be able to resolve something, I would think, and risked it so far. What is the property hazard?
It's
Did it fall over, or what?
It's now because the city asked me to take the tarp off the roof when Hurricane Irma hit. The extent of the damages, I went and complied with that. The extent of the damages went overboard. By not having the tarp on top of the roof, the water has gone into the subframes. So the house needs to be completely torn off on top of the roof, get down to the center block. Drywall, framing needs to be replaced, and electrical.
Can we just table this?
You can continue it if you so choose, at least for another 30 days, and hopefully the city will have reached
some kind of a
determination by
resolution.
then.
Okay.
I need to get that loan to establish the building permit and everything else. I also need the state inspector to look at it and correspond with me and explain to me how far they're gonna wanna give me a grant on the place. Now, if I'm able to do that, I wanna start immediately on this work. I wanted to start this right after I got this.
We can't help you there.
I understand
Here's
that.
the thing, you need to speak with the city attorney and tell him what you want to do and see how you can work this out, because get yourself out of this corner that you're in.
I know.
Okay? So, and I mean, it looks to me, it appears to me that he has moved forward, requesting the permit, getting the architect, all that. So we now have a situation that somebody needs to figure out and get around. And I think it can be done. And I would propose postpone it for 30 days.
I don't know anything about this. No, and I want to help you, but
Right.
you have to give me what I need.
I
So
need-
you have to send the
I
title,
need-
whoever's going to close the loan needs to contact my office.
All right,
And then I need to see what they need, and then I need to see if that's even something I can provide.
all right.
And that's
I just say.
We'll work with
All right.
You need to contact Mr. Funo.
It's, you know that I just recently paid off the mortgage.
you. Right.
All right.
Doesn't matter. It doesn't solve your problem here.
Well,
So
hang on,
I'll contact Mr. Fiona. Is that your name pronounced right? Fiona.
but all we can give you is what, 30 days to come back? I mean, get in touch with
Well, we're
us.
not gonna deal with it anymore.
You can do 30, you can do 60 if you.
Oh, we can do-
Just have to, we just want to get a date certain to put it back on your.
Okay.
I have the state inspector coming in this Saturday to look at the house.
Okay.
I'd like to make a motion that case 161-18 be continued for 30 days.
60.
60? Okay, for 60 days.
Second. Have 60 days.
We have a second here.
Was there a second?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay. What was the date? 9/24?
September 24th.
Okay. Okay.
Continue.
Is there anyone else to speak to the affidavits of noncompliance? Hi. Please come forward and state your name and address.
It's 1151 Woodlawn Avenue.
Were you sworn in?
Yes.
1151 Wood. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. What is the issue?
I don't know. I got a letter and that's why I'm here, and I've been up since 5:30 yesterday evening. So I'm trying to figure out what's the non-compliance.
Okay.
You want to see the original?
Yes. Thank you, Miss Vicki.
So this was 1151 Woodlawn. It was case number 1619. It was brought in front of the board. There was one violation there for exterior surfaces, code section 3-1502B. The notice of violation was sent on October 25th of 2018 with a compliance date of 11/22/2018, and the certified mail was received on 11/1/2018. Here's a picture of what the house looked like at the time. There was some exterior surfaces, some rotted wood around the front of the house. These pictures were taken back in November. And then in January, this house was still not in compliance. So then when we came to the board, we were requesting compliance on or before March 29th. However, I do believe that you guys gave a different date. You had given them an extension for it. Let's see what it was. The board order date was on February 27th, and it was not brought into compliance, so that's why the affidavit of non-compliance was done. And so then, let me see, on May 7th was when I went back out there, and the house still was not in compliance yet, which is why the affidavit was done. So that's why she got the letter, because she didn't have it.
So the rotted wood and that was replaced.
And
but it
the
wasn't
surfaces.
finished.
I'm sorry?
The rotted wood was replaced, but it wasn't finished.
The rotted wood was replaced, but it wasn't finished, but all of the peeling paint was still there. You guys gave her until April 29th. These pictures were taken on May 7th, and it wasn't in compliance. I have not heard anything from them since either before the original hearing or since then, so.
Okay. So now you know what it is.
Okay, yes, I do. First of all, it was done prior to then. I mean, part of it was done. She didn't say anything about the paint. We said something about the rotten wood, and she said the mold on the side of the house. So those were taken care of, but since then, the garage has been painted, and the wood is being replaced, and just trying to get over this rainy season for the house to be painted. But my other concern is, if you don't mind, the house immediately next door to me has a forest growing over it with rotting wood and paint chipping and a huge window that's broken in the front, but yet and still, I keep getting letters about little minor stuff is what I look at it as.
Well, have you reported the house next door?
Who reported mine? That's what I'm trying to figure out how this all started.
I don't know.
And I'm not even the only owner, and I keep getting the letters. I work night shift, so I've been up since 5 p.m. yesterday.
Ms. Griffin, have you?
I am Dion Hicks, but the letters keep coming to me, not Miss Griffin.
Ms. Hicks, have you bothered to be in touch with the inspector for the work?
I have tried the first.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
For the work you've previously done, you said you finished. You didn't bring us any pictures to show us. So have you been in touch with?
She's been riding by. I've seen her. She should have been able to see it. It's been worked on.
Did you bring any proof?
No, I didn't bring any proof. I didn't know I needed proof, but yes, it's done. She can ride by there today. She can ride by there tomorrow.
It's the house.
None of the stuff that's there that's like I said, that's from May, and none of that is like that now.
But we don't know that.
Well, other inspectors went by yesterday checking houses. I would assume if you're going to violate me. I know, that's what I'm saying. If you're going to violate me for something, you would think that you would go and see that it's done. But yes, it is done.
Inspector Fletcher, excuse me?
Okay.
When was the first notification issued?
October 2018.
Hold on a second. The notice of violation was sent on October 25th of 2018.
Okay.
With a compliance date of 11/22/2018. I brought it to the board on February 27th, asked for a compliance date of.
That's good, okay.
So
it's been going on for 9 months.
Yeah.
Okay, so 9 months, this issue has existed, and it hasn't been completed. Did you ever call after you did all the work?
No, I didn't call after I did all the work because I didn't realize that I had to do that.
So it's not everybody else that, it's your problem, okay, is what we have here. You need to resolve it and you need to manage it. And when you've done all this work, when it's done, you need to contact the inspector. As you said, you should know who she is because you get all these letters.
No, the thing about it, I've only gotten letters from her twice.
Okay, well, there you go, but you know who she is.
But I'm saying, when I tried to contact her prior to when I came in February to meet with you, and I told you guys at the time, I work night shift. I'm not up during the daytime. Every time I've called her office, it goes to voicemail. I leave a voicemail, but I haven't gotten a return phone call. I'm not the only owner. My sister's up during the daytime, and I said that last time. At least contact both of us. I'm the only person that's getting contact.
Well, you can
for
share
this.
that contact with your sister, can't you?
I've shared it with her, but no one's contacting her also. That's what I'm just saying.
How do we resolve this?
It's fixed. All the stuff that she's asking for has been fixed. So what do I need to do to resolve this?
I'll go by and inspect it.
She's gonna go by.
Okay, because I'm extremely tired right now.
She'll re-inspect it, and if anything isn't right, she'll let you know.
All right, thank you.
Otherwise, you'll be okay. Not.
Hey, Louis.
What are we doing? You all continuing this?
I don't know.
Yeah, she's leaving.
Well, she's not interested. Obviously, she's walking out.
No. Well, she's tired.
Yeah, she said she's tired, she's going home and going to bed.
I'm tired too.
Home?
Oh, so
No, I'm going to bed.
apparently she was done, so she's still in violation. She's non-complied, as far as I see it.
What is this?
Well, her assumption is another story.
Somebody go
I'd like to
catch
make
her,
a motion, Madam Chairman.
Wait, hold on one second. What is this, what is the city's recommendation with this?
There is no recommendation. There's fines on the house.
Well, there's no fines right now.
No, there is fines on the
There's
house.
fines, but if the gentlelady came back, what I would ask her to do would be to set up a re-inspection right now, and if it's in compliance, then we could just do an affidavit of compliance, but she left, so I can't say that to her.
That's why I was gonna make a motion, just for that reason.
But she didn't know she couldn't.
Because she left the way she did, I was gonna make a motion of non-compliance.
I would be against doing that.
Yeah, I would be too,
Because I don't think she left under any kind of bad circumstances at all. She's a nurse, she worked a 24-hour shift, she's tired, she sat and listened
But
through
she's
all
had
this.
over 9 months to fix it, you know?
But she's saying she's willing to fix it, more important.
Well, willing
Placing
now,
blame-
yeah.
Placing blame is getting things done, and if she can get it done, and it meets all our codes, it's over with.
I think she was interested in that, if she would've stayed and listened.
What do you want to do, guys?
Mike could propose, why don't we continue this to next month? Inspector Fletcher will go out in the meantime and see if what she said is true. If what she said is true, we'll have an affidavit of compliance.
Okay, all right, sounds like a
I'll
plan.
make a motion.
We've already done the affidavit of non-compliance,
And we'll just
so
do
we'll
an
just
affidavit?
do, if it's in compliance, okay.
Okay. I make a motion that case 16-19 be continued to the August code board meeting.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Gentlemen,
Opposed? Motion
To
carries.
continue it.
We'll be back.
Ma'am, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Before you left, what I was going to after you left, what I said was I was going to recommend was that you set up a time in the next 30 days to allow Inspector Fletcher to inspect the property.
Okay.
If the property is what you say it is, we'll just file the affidavit of compliance and we'll close the case out. But if it isn't, then we'll move for fines.
Okay.
Is that reasonable?
That's fine.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, you're
Go
good
take a
then.
nap.
I would suggest you set up a time right now with her, since I know you'd work nights.
Yes.
Or have your sister.
Thank you, sir. That was-
We're her sister. Okay. All right,
Where are we at?
we're still,
5.4.
Okay.
Yeah, we're still.
5.4.
We're still on 5.4.
Okay,
We're
so we've
still
done
not
5.2,
compliant.
5.3. Is there anybody else?
no.
Okay, I'll make
There's
a
nobody
motion.
else here. Denise?
I move to accept the affidavit of non-compliance and issue an order that states that fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed. The city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
There's that.
There is,
Other board action, huh?
Case 6.1, item 6.1, case 13418. Consider request by petition. What?
You skipped right past 5.6.
She's here for something and we went past.
I don't know, what is your name?
She's 5.6.
It's under Muhammad Abdullah.
Mohammed somebody?
She asked, was there anybody else?
He asked
Well,
if there
she
was
didn't hear.
anybody else. You didn't respond, ma'am.
Well, that's all right. It's okay. We'll go back.
We'll take care of it.
I thought you were going to do the 5.4.
We're gonna do yours right now.
Right, ready?
You're 5.6, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I
And,
didn't realize you changed the whole board every time. There was one previous hearing when 3 of us reside in the house for many years.
Yes.
And,
We remember you.
oh, okay.
You collect the rent
Yes.
and all
Yes.
that here.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, you remember. What
you
happened to
tell
the
me
man who was the?
What is your name?
V. V-E-E.
your
Last name?
He's off today.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
All I really
Wait, your
needed was
name.
more time. I did a great deal of it.
Ma'am,
What?
she needs your last name.
He should be.
Pardon?
She needs
Can you
your
give
last
her your last name?
V-E-E.
What's your first name?
V-I-E.
Thank you.
oh, God.
Okay, sorry, go ahead.
Okay, well, I should say that I know she had come by earlier, a few months earlier apparently, that I was unaware of until she mentioned it after I spoke last time. The only problem with that was Mohammed did not realize it was a code enforcement officer. He did say something, and that's why what she said rang the bell. He thought it was a woman from the organization that helps make loans to repair roofs, and that we didn't qualify because the, insurance had lapsed. And I said, was this person from code enforcement? I asked him repeatedly, no, absolutely not. Now, I don't know. Now, as I said before, he's an alcoholic. But if he was sober enough to remember it happened, I thought he would be sober enough to remember that. Or maybe she just didn't really make it clear to him that she was from code enforcement.
So where is Mohammed? Is he off on it again?
Yeah, yeah. Yes, sorry about that. However, at this point, Jack and I have now become involved and invested, and it took me several weeks to accomplish anything to get some assistance, and Jack has put in his savings, and we have put together every penny we could, and I reluctantly called in some favors because I had provided volunteer services for many years. There were people who volunteered to assist me, people who had many years in roofing. So the part of the roof the roof that was damaged by Hurricane Irma, the front porch roof that was so badly damaged, that has I called and let her know but she didn't understand my voice message. I think she said she couldn't understand what I was saying. And but I called and let her know that the things had been torn down, the demo part, and we had applied for a permit. First she thought we didn't have a permit, but we had to go back to add something else, and then when we
I'm
went
not
to
sure. What is it you want?
Time.
Well, we've given you time, so what?
No, well, that's just it. They gave 30 days, and at the end of that 30 days, I was given to understand by the person who was off today that if I could get something going by then, that then we would have an extension of time to be able to complete it. I only finally got that assistance by the end of that. It was only 30 days. He did not give any additional time. Everybody got the 30 days. He did not give me any additional time. And we did do a lot on it, and a lot has been done. A lot of repairs have been done.
Here's the thing. What he told you was keep in contact, and if you
And I
need
did.
additional time, tell them. That's what he told
I
you.
did.
That's what he says all the time, okay? So he's very consistent in that matter.
That's what I did.
But the thing is, at this point, you're not in compliance. That's why.
She said it wasn't finished, completed by then, and I had just finally been able to get it started. Did get a permit, and she said she was going to continue with that she was going to proceed with the fines. The reason people were helping me was because we couldn't possibly pay those fines, and they wanted to help so that it could be done to avoid the fines and finish the project. And then when I called her about it and asked her more time, she said she couldn't talk to me. She refused to talk to me. A week later, Vicki, one of the volunteers called and she talked to him. And she told him not only was the $200 a day fine, but that it was being tripled. You got to be kidding. And,
Excuse me,
and
just
then
wait.
they stopped helping because they weren't going to,
We can't triple it.
because we were going to lose the house anyway.
Would you have a seat just a minute?
Okay.
Inspector, would you please?
There's some confusion here, but
Fletcher,
I tried so hard and did get
Well,
one.
not hard enough. Okay.
Is there anything you want to ask me?
Yes, explain this, please.
When was the last time she was here? I forgot. Yeah, I know. I remember your case, but it's been a long time ago.
March 27th is when the.
March 27th.
Time flies.
Yeah. I knew it was longer than 30 days. I was here when you were here. It was back in March.
Well, they stopped helping after that one.
Well, let's hear from Ms. Fletcher. Maybe she can shed some light.
Well, I can tell you that I did speak to her. I couldn't give her all the answers she wanted because she was not the homeowner, and there was things she was asking me that I couldn't tell her because she was asking me about permits and this, that, and the other. There was no permit pulled at the time when it was supposed to be in compliance. However, I did go out to the house because I did receive a call from a gentleman who said that he was doing the work. He didn't realize that they needed to have a permit. So I explained to him that they would need to have a permit. And I told him, the worst case scenario is the fines, we will do the affidavit of noncompliance. And if you do get the work done, you can always come back. There's a possibility that we could reduce the fines. There's a possibility that we may not. It's not up to me. I did speak to her, though, as far as the exterior storage. And she told me that she had bought some outdoor paint and painted the indoor furniture with it, which should make it okay to be outside, which I explained to her it wasn't. So that's why the exterior storage is still
An issue.
in violation. The exterior surfaces are not done. It has not been painted. They did rip the roof off, but there's nothing there. So now we have a house with vines and stuff growing over the walls and into where the roof was. So, if you hold on just a moment, I'll show
So
you.
no roof in this Fletcher? Okay.
There's no roof.
No roof.
If there is, I can't see it, is all I can tell you, but.
The whole house, it's only a section where the
You can't speak from the, you need to speak.
Ma'am,
Okay, so this
You
is
need to
the
wait.
front of the house, and if you look right here above this window, that's where the roof was falling in, and that's the roof that is now gone. There's nothing there.
it's a neighboring.
And this is a close-up picture of it. These were just taken a couple days ago. That's the part of the house where they ripped off the roof.
White pants.
So, Madam Chairman, I think the part of the problem is that this lady lives there and she's trying to protect her living space, which I can understand, but at the same time, she's not the owner.
Right.
And we
Mr.
have
Mohammed
been out
doesn't
and talked to
respond.
Mohammed,
Huh?
another person that works for the city. We have been out there. We went out there to talk to him about possibly him getting a grant or a loan through the city to fix it, and he refused it. He said he didn't want any part of it, which we found out a couple days later he wouldn't have qualified for it anyways because he doesn't have homeowner's insurance, but he let us know right up front that he had no intention on fixing it, and nor did he want a loan that he couldn't pay anyways.
So I don't think there's anything we can do here other than find that the property is not in compliance, that the owner is not responsive, and you have my greatest, no ma'am, you have my, the chairman has to tell you that. You have my greatest sympathy, but I think we need to move along on this thing and close it out.
Remember, when you hear Mark, we said you're a very nice lady, you're trying, trying to collect the rent. We would love to see you move out of that house.
Moving is cost prohibitive. I've checked into it.
Okay, we can understand your quandary. You're not the owner.
It's me, it's all three of us. I'm not the only one.
I know, but you're not the owner, like the Madam
We
Chairman
have
said.
invested in the house.
Madam Chair, may I just inquire on one point of the gentle lady?
Please.
She needs to
Ma'am,
speak in the.
Does this gentleman, Muhammad, is he aware of these proceedings? Have you talked to him about what happened last time? You told him?
No, not recently, no.
But did you tell him what happened last time?
No, I haven't been able to tell him that. Jack saw him since then, and Jack also is an alcoholic.
Who the hell is
Not
Jack?
as bad as
She needs to speak into the microphone.
So,
Just let it fly.
Could you go to the microphone?
Yes.
A record.
All right. Okay. But since then, Jack and I have become involved, which we were not previously, and invested in it, and invested in the house, and with everything we could, and done everything possible to try to make repairs. The worst problem actually was the front porch roof, which has been repaired, and there is now a new front
but the
porch.
question is,
But it's not painted yet, it's hard in the wet.
Does the owner know all of this?
does Muhammad know about this code enforcement proceeding?
No. No. As soon as I see him again, Jack did not tell him. Jack does not keep things too straight. Jack knows that Jack has helped financially invest.
Why didn't you tell him, you came last time,
Yes.
you
I
said
personally
something
have
along the
not
lines
seen
of
Muhammad.
that you were authorized to speak on Muhammad's behalf?
And he has always
But
authorized
is
me.
that what happened? Is my recollection correct?
Yes.
Did you come, when you came to the last hearing, did you represent that you were authorized to speak on Muhammad's behalf?
I represented that the three of us were residents and had an interest in the property, and we're trying to save the house.
And that you collected the rent.
And go and pay the utility bills. In fact, when I leave here, I have to go pay the water bill today.
So what is Muhammad's address?
That is his address, but
But where does he live right now?
I have
If I needed
no
to get in
idea
touch
where
with
he
him,
is.
how do I-
Right this minute, I have no idea where he is.
Where do you send the rent to?
Okay, Mohammed, there was a problem previously when Mohammed was given the rent. Mohammed, drinking more and more, spent it and didn't pay the utility bills. We had a very sad Thanksgiving and Christmas. So I solved that problem. I got money and eventually fixed that problem. After that, since Jack drinks also, Jack wouldn't agree to give money to Muhammad. Muhammad wouldn't agree to give money to Jack. I'm the sober one, so I was elected to collect it and pay the bills.
So now-
Muhammad does not contribute money to it. He just has a free place to live, and the utilities all paid.
Ma'am, the thing is this, you and the other renter pay the utility bills and keep that going, and you
Yes.
don't pay any rent. You're living there rent-free, correct?
No,
You help maybe with some of the expenses, but that's it.
No.
We understand your situation, but
Jack
this lady's
does
not
pay rent.
qualified to speak on this property. We need to bring it to an
Just
end.
Not this time around.
All I needed, which is what I was requesting from her at the time, was more time to continue
What you
on
need is
repairs.
Mohammed
We
to
had-
act up, and
You-
because the owner is Mohammed has to deal with Ms. Fletcher.
As
Mohammed.
long-term residents and
Tell him he's
investors in the
going to
property,
lose
we
the
do have an
property, and maybe
interest.
that'll sober him up.
I'm sorry,
That's all
I
can
couldn't hear what you were saying when I was talking. What
I'd
did
like to
you
move on.
We're done here, I think.
You don't
So
have,
you
a-
refuse?
you don't have a vested, you don't have a legal interest. See,
I
you think
believe-
you do, but you don't.
Well, as long-term
because you
residents
live
of the
there.
property and investors in the property, we
Your,
should
your
have
name's
some.
not on the top of it.
You have no ownership that you can show this board that you have ownership of the property.
As a matter of fact, Mohammed did. He said that, well, no, I never mentioned this before. He said that he felt that he was incompetent, and he did offer to sign over the house to Jack or to myself.
Well, go get that done quick. Seriously.
You're saying you're his POA now.
You don't have a legal document today that shows you have ownership in this property.
Today, I do, well, there were various things that he signed at various times,
Listen,
whether or
listen
not
to
he
me.
wrote that.
You don't presently have anything to offer to this board.
Not in my hands
Okay.
today. Whether or not there is anything that he signed to that effect that is put away somewhere with papers, I'm not sure.
And the board understands your position, but you do not have a legal right to represent him at this point as an owner. They're asking for the owner to come forward and deal with the situation which he has chosen not to. So the board will have to decide
All
what
I
they
see,
want
well,
to
let me just say this. All I seek,
Madam Chairman, can I make a motion?
Yes.
all I seek is a couple more
Ma'am,
months for the
I'm sorry,
volunteers to help.
I have to speak now, sorry. Thank you. I move to accept the affidavit of noncompliance and issue an order that states that fines and fees remain unpaid 3 months after such lien is filed. The city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
I want to say.
Motion carries.
So that means you're going to confiscate the house?
No.
No, it's,
I'm sorry, that's what we understood.
no, you're gonna go on for months yet, and then it'll come to an end.
And then we have to go to civil court.
Because the fines coming in are gonna take over.
Be impossible to come.
Okay, we're gonna move
If you
right
don't have
on.
money for the house, you're not gonna have money for a civil
But we
attorney.
did do some repairs. We did quite a bit. And the part that she said is open, that was merely the carport that was closed in. The house itself, the roof is fine. That was the carport.
Item 6.1.
Angel, come in and
Work with her.
Case 13418, consider request by petitioner Neem, Abdullah at 519 North Saturn Avenue to reduce the fine regarding parking lot services, and if approved, issue an order that specifies a fine that includes administrative costs and establish the date payable, or lien will revert to the original amount. Yes.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman and board members. My name is Paparam Peter Zakiri. I am the son of Naeem Abdullah, and I'm here to represent him.
I need you to spell that.
First name, Paparam, P-E-R-P-A-R-I-M. Last name, Z-E-Q-I-R-I.
E-Q-I-R-I? No you?
No you.
Okay, thank you.
Ms. Brown.
Good afternoon, Shelby Brown, Code Inspector, City of Clearwater. Pete has, in his father's behalf here today, and they are requesting a reduction of fines at the property. They had a violation for parking lot surfaces that was corrected. And I think we're here today to support the reduction down to administrative costs for this property.
What is yours?
Ours is $676 for code compliance.
What was the other part?
Ours is, total is $1,477.20.
And 20 cents. You went to 20 cents. Okay.
It's always 20 cents.
That's the total with the 676?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's strictly the administrative and investigative costs. I don't know the amount of the lien that's being forgiven or the fines, but we do support reduction to administrative costs because the property looks much better now.
We're definitely.
Can I have a motion?
That one part of it here, not today.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion. I move to enter an order reducing the amount of the lien to administrative cost of $1,477.20 payable within 30 days, or the lien will revert to its original amount.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
You're
Sorry.
Thank you for your
Good luck, sir.
Thank the lady in front of you.
Yes.
Okay. Approve the stipulation and agreement for petitioner Pat Brooking at 1118 LaSalle Street.
Ma'am, I'd like to continue this one to a date uncertain. I do not have a signed stipulation back from them. When I do have a signed one,
Then you'll read
if
it.
and when.
Okay.
You do not need a motion. The city will just put it back on the
Okay.
agenda accordingly.
Nuisance abatement liens. Do I have a motion?
Move to accept.
Oh, someone else?
There's somebody out here in the...
Is this on the nuisance abatement?
Yes.
Yes.
Somebody here?
Is there someone here?
Yes, he is.
Yeah,
He
this
said
gentleman.
yours.
I'm sorry, I can't remember. Please state your name and address for the
My
record.
name is Glenn Shamusko. I live at 1565 Gentry, and this isn't my first time here, unfortunately.
And he's a what?
It's 7.1.
7.1, case 130-19.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Did you want to address?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were going to have the inspector come on.
Will.
What would you like me to do?
Pardon me?
What would you like me to do?
Why are you here?
Right.
I'm here to represent the property. This has been going on way too long. I've had many problems trying to get all the stuff off the property. I am still trying to get the stuff off the property. I want to live there. I don't want to lose the house. I'm asking for mercy, basically, because it's been going on for almost 3 years. Oh, wait a minute. 2.5 years.
And one of your
What's that?
violations was your lot clearing?
Yes, that's what it is. What I did was back in 16, I left the job I was at. I didn't have any more money coming in. I had taught other people how to install alarm systems. They halved my money and then they quartered my money. So basically I worked myself out of a job. I took the opportunity. I was going to work on the house. I started sanding because I hate light blue. That's what's around the top of the house. It was peeling anyway, so I was going to fix that. I wanted to get out of my storage unit. That was costing me $130, $140, so I was going to bring that stuff home. I have an auto accident I was in years ago, sciatic nerve problems, and a hernia, testicular hernia. Sorry, I'm really nervous. I'm a high-strung person. But that flared up when I was moving the furniture out and all that, because I had all my stuff in a big garage. It was a storage unit, and I was bringing it home to go through, get rid of some of it, bring it to the house. I'm taking over the house because my parents had died. They put it into a trust, and I'm supposed to be the beneficiary of it.
Have you been here before?
Yes, I've seen you. I remember you. I mean, this is going on way too long.
Okay,
but,
if you have a seat, let's hear from the inspector.
Yeah, okay, I'll just explain it. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Hi.
How are you? I guess I'll present.
Sure.
How you doing today? My name is Stephen Del Volpe. I'm a code compliance inspector, City of Clearwater. I'm here regarding case 130-19, and this is at 1565 Gentry Street, and it is an abatement case. At the location, there is one violation, code section 3-1503B7, lot clearing and debris violation, and also subsection 3-1502G. Notice of violation was sent out on 6/19 of 2019. I also posted the property the same day. The compliance date was 7/19/2019, and certified mail receipt was received on 6/24/2019. This is a picture of the front of the yard. Front of the yard, it's rough. It was a little overgrown in spots. As you can see, if you look up close to the
front of the house. There's some random debris there. You got a tire in where the door area is. It's packed full with plastic containers and other different items in there.
A random car parked there too, huh?
Yeah, that was there when I got there. Yes, that's his vehicle, which he has moved and does run and all that. This is a picture of the backyard. Now, as you can see, it's pretty well overgrown. It definitely needs to be cut. It's definitely over the 12-inch rule that we have. As you can see here, there's more items: ladders, lawnmowers, plastic milk crates. Was the best way I could describe them.
Okay, so when's the last time you've been there, if I may?
I was there on the 19th of this month.
June 19th, yeah.
Yeah, no, the 19th of this month.
July.
Oh, this month, July.
Okay, so
I haven't gotten there yet. I got pictures
looking
of
at
those.
that picture, has anything that improved?
Not really. I do have pictures I could get to. I'll show you.
Yeah, that's,
Again, more overgrowth. There's a screen door. Looks like a cooler, more plastic containers.
so since it hasn't improved and hasn't met the deadline, you're here seeking a lien?
We're looking to abate. I'd like to clean the yard and have it cut.
Clean it up and have it cut.
Okay, so what would happen then is the city would see that the work is done,
Correct.
and then that money would be billed to the property owner.
Correct.
Okay,
They file a lien.
Sir, just a
Well, they're
minute,
good.
just a minute.
and they would clean up all that stuff also?
Our contractor would do
The
it.
contractor would do that? What would he do with that stuff? Put it in a dumpster or pile it
I'm
in
not sure where
his?
it goes after that. I assume he throws it away, unfortunately.
So they would remove it from the property? Okay, thank you. So you're asking us to authorize the city to do that?
Correct.
Okay.
Why don't you finish up your?
Yeah, finish.
This is from 7/19, last, I believe, Thursday that was. It's a picture of the front door. As you can see, it's packed in there. And this is the front yard. Yeah, he did cut the grass, but it does still have the stuff up front that needs to go.
Well, the door jamb, that's fire code right there.
This is the side of the house to it's the left side of the house, so opposite the garage to the backyard. It's got, there's a scale in there, plastic, more plastic containers,
Okay, so
window frames and stuff like
there's a
that.
lot of stuff.
Correct. Again, this is the overgrowth now. It's gotten a little worse in the month with all that rain we've had.
Potato plant.
And I'll let the board deliberate.
So you recommended the city come in and.
Correct, sir.
Yeah.
Why don't you show, put the slide up with your.
Are we giving a deadline of anything, or?
I'll read my recommendation I have here. The recommendation I have for case 130-19, again, it's lot clearing debris violation, requesting compliance on or before 5 days from the date the board renders. And we're asking the board to authorize the Code Compliance Division to take all reasonable action, including entry onto the property, to abate and maintain the nuisance and charge the violator with a reasonable cost which would become a lien on the property. We are asking the board to authorize the following. After 3 months from the recordation date of such lien, if the fines and fees remain unpaid, the city attorney's office is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien using any legal or equitable remedy available under the law. Compliance can be met for lot clearing and debris nuisance by mowing the front, side, and backyards, and by removing all the debris located on the property and maintaining the property on a regular basis. And again, here's more pictures again, basically what I just showed you. Those are the postings that I put on the property on the 16th.
I have a question for the city attorney. So if somebody a contractor comes in, hired by the city, they perform the work, they present their invoice, then you forward that on to the property owner, and they don't pay it in 90 days, 3 months, then you will institute foreclosure.
Assuming that this isn't a homestead property, it would be a lien that attaches to the property. Yeah, so yes, assuming it's not homestead.
Okay. So if he pays in the 90 days, nothing will happen. But if not, then it moves forward down the chain in foreclosure and so forth.
And also, if the board enters the order, and the property owner complies within the 5 days that we're requesting, then nothing happens.
Okay.
And we're done.
Understood.
But if he doesn't, then we come on, we cut the grass, we remove things, and if the grass grows again, we don't have to come back before the board, because the board's allowed us to abate and maintain, and then we would cut it again, and so forth and so on.
So my thinking was, it's not that the city goes and does the work or has it done, and then he does, because he's, let's say, unable to pay, the clock just stops on it. No, you go ahead and start the foreclosure procedure.
Well,
We could.
You could, I mean, that's the.
Yes.
And it'd take a while and all that, but that's what he'd be facing.
Yes, that would be true. It would be the option that's available to us.
Yeah.
And the lien would, frankly, we would have 20 years to foreclose. It was just the outside of statute of limitations.
So
I couldn't do it I can't start it for 3 months,
Right.
but I have up to 20 years to do it.
okay.
Okay, so you don't have to institute the lien.
I don't have to.
Thank you, that's very
Okay.
enlightening.
It all depends on his attitude.
Okay.
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 Thank you.
Glenn?
Very much.
I'm a little confused here because I thought this was also, Julie, the stuff that before, isn't that also in this, or is it just this one violation? Because I want to get everything fixed, or,
I'm going to come up here with you,
Yeah.
because I'm not quite sure what you're asking, so ask again.
I have a violation from back in 17.
Okay.
All that stuff and all that was violated back then, and I haven't been
I
complying.
don't know about that violation. We're talking
Or
about this
Eric.
violation.
You came out and talked to me. I've talked to a lot of people, like I said, it's going on for way too long, and I want to.
Well, it just goes to show they've given you a lot of time.
Yes, they have, and that's why I appreciate it. Now, Julie knows I've gone through a lot of pain. During this, I started out with sciatic nerve problems.
Yes, sir, we heard that. We
I
understand.
also got gout that popped up on me. When she showed up, I could barely walk. After that, I also had another thing pop up.
It might be
was just
time
one
to
thing.
sell the house.
And it seems like I keep getting hit with things and I can't comply. And I've been trying to.
Well,
And
now-
Julie said I have moved a lot of the stuff that's been in the process. Unfortunately, the stuff is growing and all that. But I was getting hit with a $250 fine from back then.
I don't know what that is.
Okay, but is there any chance we can get into that? Because I want to get it.
No, sir, we can only
We're
handle
just
this.
dealing this one.
Okay, so can we put that on the agenda? Because that's why I'm so nervous. I mean, you figure 2.5
I
years
don't
at $250.
see any reason not to accept this abatement.
That's more money than I'm going to be able to come up with.
Yeah, but Glenn, let's talk about this case and understand that
Okay,
the
I
city's
thought this was-
given you 5 days to
I'll put
remove
that.
all that stuff in the front of your house, the side of your house, the back of the house,
Right.
and then to have the lawn mowed.
Right.
Right.
Well, the lawnmower, the full wave bridge in it blew out. I had to replace another one. I have an electronics degree. I can do that garbage.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I get that. They're giving you 5 days
okay.
regardless. Even if an
I
alien steals your lawnmower.
You're gonna need some help.
You have 5 days to get it done.
Well, I've been asking for help on some of the things basically when I couldn't move, couldn't walk properly, and the city stopped. They wouldn't do that anymore, they said. So that's why I said, I thought this was the whole
No, I'm talking
Go
about
ahead.
with
Talk to him. He's
personal
listening to you,
friends. You
sort
can
of.
need outside help aside. The city's done.
I've been having a lot of problems for quite some time, so I don't get out much and all that. So.
Glenn, you're okay. Okay, we're gonna move on, and we're gonna give you those 5 days.
Yeah, it'll
So
be
get
done in
that
5
stuff-
days.
okay.
I mean, if I have to throw everything away, it'll be
You're
done.
okay.
But,
I moved and enter an order finding the respondent in violation of code and requiring the respondent to correct the violations within 5 days of the board's written order. If the respondent does not comply with the time specified, the city may take all reasonable actions, including entry onto the property to abate and maintain the nuisance and charge the respondent with the reasonable cost which will become a lien on the property. If costs, fines, and fees remain unpaid for 3 months after such lien is filed, the city is authorized to foreclose, collect, or settle such lien.
Okay.
We get that?
No,
All
what's
in
really got me
favor?
worried is that previous thing, and I haven't heard anything about it.
Okay.
So we're trying to conduct a meeting.
I understand.
It was seconded.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Okay.
Good luck.
Glenn, take care of that. 5 days, worry about that right now. I know you have a lot on your mind and stuff. Breathe, take care of 5 days, take care of that, and then move on and solve what's next. Fair enough?
The other one.
Calm
Hope
down,
you feel
Glenn,
better.
it'll be all right.
Is there anyone else dealing with nuisance abatement liens? You want to make a motion to approve?
Motion to approve 7.2, 7.3, Madam Chairman, for nuisance abatement liens.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. So carried. Done.
Adjourn. You need to adjourn us.
Move to adjourn?
I move to adjourn.
Is it seconded?
Yeah, he seconded it.
About 45
No,
people.
You gotta take that gavel
Hit
and
that
wrap.
darn thing.
Yeah, whack the gavel.
Dang it.
We are adjourned.
We are adjourned.